Concept cars are designed to showcase new technologies and design ideas that usually look totally bizarre. But today, we'll be taking a look at the top 15 craziest concept cars of 2022. Number 15. Cadillac Innerspace. While most car designs have traditionally focused on practicality first before the overall passenger experience, new technologies are allowing manufacturers to take a different approach. First revealed in January of 2022, one of the most exciting concept cars to be revealed is the Innerspace, which has been developed by Cadillac. The vehicle is fully electric and fully autonomous, meaning everything has been developed to make the two-seater as comfortable as possible for the passengers. Featuring Level 5 autonomy, no input would be required from those on board at all, which means there'll be no steering wheel or pedals. Instead, the interior cabin is unlike anything you'd expect in a car. A large, comfortable chair that's more reminiscent of a lounge will create a sense of home and comfort, and the entire front of the cabin is wrapped with a huge immersive LED display. Passengers will be able to select different themes for their rides, such as an augmented reality engagement, entertainment, and wellness recovery, meaning it can be adapted however the owner wants. The exterior is equally as impressive, featuring a black glossy finish and panoramic glass that covers the roof and reaches down across the sides. When getting in or out, the roof will also retract with the doors, meaning you're able to stand directly from the seat instead of having to awkwardly crouch. It's a shame Cadillac doesn't plan on making the Innerspace as it is, but even if it's just a sign of what's to come in the future, it's surely an exciting time for personal transport. Number 14. BMW iX Flow. Every manufacturer hopes that the reveal of their concept car will make headlines around the world, and it's arguably the BMW iX Flow that's managed to do this to the greatest effect in recent times. First shown in early January of 2022, it comes packed full of features in the interior, but no one paid any attention to those because it's what the company has managed to do on the exterior that's the most surprising. At first, it looks like any other BMW, but the use of electrophoretic technology means that the color of the vehicle can be changed in any way you want. Deciding on the color is often one of the trickiest decisions you make when you get a new car, but this concept suggests that maybe one day we'll be able to change the appearance of our rides as often as we like. The version displayed by BMW involved a custom-designed e-ink body wrap, which is a similar technology that's used in e-readers. It contains millions of microcapsules no larger than the width of a human hair that conduct negatively charged white pigments and positively charged black ones. By changing the electrical field passing through the material, the chosen shade is expressed. This will eventually be able to show a full color spectrum. Customization is definitely one of the buzzwords of future car designs, and this just shows how close the reality is. Number 13. Subaru STI ERA. Racing series around the world are facing a decision about when, if ever, they'll transition to electric-based powertrains. And if you were ever in doubt that they can live up to their petrol predecessors, then the Subaru STI ERA will surely end the argument. Shown at the Tokyo Auto Salon in January of 2022, it's envisaged as an all-electric track car that the company will use to showcase their latest technologies and also become a platform for them to develop electric vehicle capabilities for use in production models. The aggressive-looking car has a huge front spoiler, air intakes, diffuser, and rear wing, along with a Formula One-style intake over the roof, and is said to inspire superior driving dynamics. It has 4 motors, one on each wheel, to give a combined output of 1,073 brake horsepower. And each of these high-torque motors were designed by Yamaha, can be independently altered by the onboard computer to provide performance and handling. The plan is for Subaru to eventually take the STI ERA to the Nürburgring, where they expect to achieve a time of around 6 minutes and 40 seconds, which, if successful, would be one of the fastest times ever posted around the legendary track. Number 12. Rolls-Royce 103EX. Rolls-Royce is a marquee that's undoubtedly synonymous with luxury, and with the 103EX, the company has surely created one of the most exciting concepts for the future of driving. It's a 2-seater electric vehicle that's simply stunning to look at, and also has an inordinate amount of power for a road car. It's powered by 2 motors that produce a combined 671 horsepower. It's also one of the biggest electric vehicle designs, measuring in at an enormous 19.4 feet long. The huge front end with an illuminated crystal spirit of ecstasy above the silver-plated grille is mesmerizing to look at. And with the exterior covered by glass panels and the half-covered wheels, it exudes style from the outset. The interior, too, is like nothing else, padded with either leather, real wood, silk, or anything else you like, and featuring a two-person couch above a hand-woven carpet. The full-width entertainment screen will make sure there's plenty to do on your journey, while Eleanor, the in-car virtual assistant, will take care of all the driving, comfort, and entertainment for you. Of course, if anything like this ever does make it into production, you can expect it to be at the top end of the price range, meaning it could be quite some time until most of us have the chance to experience luxury on this level. Number 11. Mercedes-Benz Vision EQXX. Mercedes-Benz has for a long time been at the forefront of cutting-edge vehicle design, and while the Vision EQXX will never itself go into production, the company is using it to inspire their new electric vehicles in the next few years. Described as a four-door electric coupe, a huge amount of effort has been put into the aerodynamics to make it as efficient as possible, meaning that it should, in theory, have a range of up to 621 miles on a single charge. Despite its appearance in images, it's much smaller than you might expect and actually has a shorter wheelbase than a Mercedes C-Class. Inside, the vegan-friendly interior uses sustainable materials like imitation leather made from crushed cactus fibers and polyurethane, as well as a material made from mushroom roots on the base. As is becoming expected in future vehicles, the EQXX has a huge 8K full-width display across the dashboard, which will make the driver experience and passenger entertainment fully customizable. The one surprising setback with the EQXX is its performance, as the single motor produces just 204 horsepower. This won't make it slow by any means, but it won't be as nippy as similar electric vehicles like the Tesla Model 3. Number 10. Buick GL8 Flagship. Buick has been successful in the Chinese market in recent years, and the manufacturer's latest designs have all targeted Chinese consumers in particular. It's a place where MPVs are particularly popular, and in late 2021, the company revealed its latest concept, the GL8 Flagship. Intended as a taste of the direction of MPV design, it's certainly a striking vehicle. The sleek styling will stand out on the road, and the company has packed it full of technology, even highlighting the wing-shaped headlights that apparently will be used to communicate with pedestrians and other vehicles, although quite how this works is still to be seen. The GL8 Flagship is fitted with V2X technology, which will give it autonomous driving capabilities, and Buick hasn't yet provided any details of the powertrain, although it's expected to be a Turbo 4 gasoline engine. As for the interior, the Flagship feels like a modern lounge, with a bench seat in the rear and a front passenger seat that can swivel all the way around to face backwards. In the front, there's a 30-inch infotainment screen, a touchscreen on the steering wheel, and a full-width heads-up display, providing the driver with all the information they could possibly need. Don't expect a vehicle like this to be released by Buick in any other country other than China, but it at least gives an idea of the types of technologies and design the company could be bringing elsewhere soon. Number 9. Sony Vision S02. It's not a company you'd normally associate with building cars, but now that the boundary between vehicle and technology manufacturers is increasingly blurry, it's no surprise that Sony is getting in on the act. After creating a new division, Sony Mobility, the latest concept design was revealed in early 2022, known as the Vision S02. Seemingly created to directly compete with Tesla, the 7-seater Vision S02 is a pure electric SUV that's 16 feet long. It's also fitted with two 200-kilowatt motors, one on each axle. It's four-wheel drive and can produce up to 536 brake horsepower. The company has yet to release performance figures for this setup, but it is said to have a top speed of more than 112 miles per hour. But without any detail on the battery type or size, it's unknown how fast it'll accelerate or even what its range on a full charge will be. Said by the company to promote the accommodation of a large variety of lifestyles within a society where values are becoming increasingly diversified. The plan is to explore avenues in which artificial intelligence and robotics can be used to revolutionize what we'd expect from a car. It's still to be seen if Sony will become a car manufacturer at all, but it'll definitely be interesting if they do bring something like the Vision S02 to the roads of the future. Number 8. Toyota GR GT3. Toyota is known for creating both dependable road vehicles and hair-raising, exciting race cars. And with the GR GT3, the company is showing that motorsport is still one of its priorities. First revealed in January of 2022 at the Tokyo Auto Salon, the incredible car is targeted at customers who take part in GT3 racing. And it certainly looks the part with its center lock wheels, gigantic rear spoiler, side exhaust, and that chunky front splitter. For the moment, though, Toyota has kept performance specs under wraps with details promised at a future date. The GT3 rules are relatively flexible, with very few restrictions on the overall design and drivetrain, although they usually produce somewhere between 500 to 600 brake horsepower. What's more exciting, though, is that it's rare for a concept car like this to be produced solely for racing purposes, and it's likely that a road-legal version won't be too far behind. So this could potentially become a flagship vehicle that sits above the Supra in their range, something every Toyota fan will surely look forward to. Number 7. Kia EV9. It's not just the high performance and radically designed concept cars that make the greatest impact, but also the ones being created by everyday manufacturers that give us a glimpse of what the future of the typical road car will become. The Kia EV9, which was revealed in late 2021, is a great example of this and shows that even affordable SUVs will be futuristic in just a few years. Seen as an electric alternative to the company's Sacramento model, it's big and boxy and will be sure to hold its own on the road. With modern trims and contemporary light fittings, there's some clever technology incorporated into its design, such as a large solar panel set within the hood. The usage of the interior has been reimagined too, and on this concept, the company has made the rear doors hinged backwards, which means when the doors are opened, a pillar-free design is revealed with a huge amount of usable space. As for the interior, the company showed it with a floating dashboard and sustainable materials such as recycled fishing nets and water bottles that's used throughout. Said to have a range of about 300 miles on a single charge and decent performance figures, Kia hopes to reveal a production version of this concept by 2023, and it will be interesting to see how many of these features actually make it into the finished model. Number 6. Hyundai PND Pod. If Hyundai has their way, the future of personal transport will be very different indeed. And at the beginning of 2022, they revealed their concept for how this would look with something that you'd barely even consider to be a car. The basic concept is something called Plug-and-Drive Pod, which is a small electric vehicle with space for one person. It has a 360-degree steering, electric motors, and brakes, 5.5-inch wheels with airless tires, and can either be autonomously operated or controlled with a joystick. If you think of the way people move around in the movie WALL-E, and that's pretty much what the PND Pod concept is making a reality. These pods will be perfectly suited to moving around neighborhoods and across short distances, but if you want to travel further, Hyundai has you covered. They'll be larger bus-type vehicles that the smaller personal pods will fit inside of and will take them to their destination while at the same time recharging their batteries. Because the devices that make it work are part of Hyundai's plug-and-drive modular platform that's also being touted as the future of autonomous logistics and delivery services. There's no way that something like this is ever going to appeal to motoring enthusiasts, but for those who simply care about easily traveling from A to B, especially in urban environments, then it has the potential to be ideal. Number 5. Audi Skysphere. First revealed to the world in mid-2021 as a part of the company's new vision for the future, the Audi Skysphere was created at their Malibu design studio with the intent to offer a redefinition of grand touring. It's a fully electric two-door convertible that's built to be used with Level 4 autonomous technology, which means it will be able to drive without assistance on roads that have been fitted with the relevant infrastructure. The Skysphere has a variable wheelbase, which means it can adapt itself to the preferences of the driver, offering an autonomous luxury tourer setup or a focused sports car option. The wheelbase will lengthen or shorten depending on the choice and will also alter the ground clearance as well. And even though it's an electric car, it's been designed to look like a futuristic version of classic touring cars with an extended front hood, which was a choice the creators made to add a classic sense of prestige. The classic form is accentuated with LED lights that can display moving light sequences, such as indicators, and there's a further LED panel that runs across the whole rear end of the vehicle. The interior of the Skysphere has been borrowed from 1930s Art Deco architecture, with the seats made from a sustainably produced microfiber. To add extra room, the steering wheel and pedals will retract into the dashboard when it's in self-driving mode, and everything is controlled with touchscreen panels across the dash. Designed to work with a 624 brake horsepower electric motor, the Skysphere would, in theory, be able to accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 4 seconds. And there are plenty more technologies like adaptive air suspension, a programmable steer-by-wire system, and Audi's new artificial intelligence, which makes it pretty exciting. Number 4. BMW Concept XM. First shown in late 2021, the BMW Concept XM shows the manufacturer's intentions in the coming years with the introduction of electric vehicle technology, and how it doesn't necessarily mean a sacrifice in power and performance. The car itself is a plug-in hybrid, which will be powered by a newly developed M-hybrid drive system that's made up of a turbocharged V8 engine and an electric motor that produce a combined output of 739 brake horsepower. The company hasn't yet revealed the size of the battery that's used, but has said that vehicles based on this concept will be capable of up to 50 miles of zero-emission travel, which would account for the vast majority of journeys that people make. The sporty SUV concept shows BMW's next-generation styling, with the oversized kidney grills with horizontal bars and the heavy creases that flow back from the grille. The sharp lines make it feel like a modern vehicle, and this is further reinforced when you get inside. The interior has what the company describes as an M interpretation of a driver-focused cockpit, with a curved infotainment screen and a new version of the BMW iDrive operating system. The red accents on the steering wheel and elements in the central console in M colors make this undoubtedly something that feels sporty all the way through. Number 3. Porsche Vision GT. Car manufacturers have traditionally designed and built concept vehicles to display at the various motor shows that take place around the world. But as simulation technology becomes increasingly lifelike, some are beginning to take a different approach. Porsche recently announced the Vision GT, which instead of being a real-world vehicle is completely virtual and will feature in the new Gran Turismo racing simulator for the PlayStation. The design team at Porsche said that by creating something purely for the virtual world has allowed them to open up exciting possibilities that are otherwise heavily regimented in the regular design process for a production car. The concept takes traditional Porsche design cues such as a sporty height-to-width ratio, low-set hood, and pronounced wings, as well as integrated air intakes similar to those seen on the Taycan. The interior features a curved hologram display that floats above the steering wheel, a mixture of carbon and titanium, and the company also states that the concept uses only vegan materials, which now seems kind of silly that I say it out loud. They have, of course, been able to include a number of features that are a long way from being possible in reality, but if this is a sign of the direction of Porsche is looking to go, then they're the one to watch in the coming years. Number 2. 2023 Acura Integra. Acura, which is the luxury division of Honda, is planning to relaunch the Integra nameplate in 2023 with an entry-level luxury compact. And based on the concept that's already been shown, this is undoubtedly something to be keeping an eye out for. With a choice of 6-speed manual or automatic gearbox, it'll have a turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that should produce at least 200 horsepower. It'll be front-wheel drive and will come with a limited slip diff, but for now, the company has remained tight-lipped about the full performance specs and plans they have for the Integra. It's expected that they'll release an entry-level version for around $30,000, and the Type S model that'll be significantly more expensive, but likely far more fun to drive too. Number 1. Mercedes Vision AVTR. Of all the concept cars that have been revealed in the past few years, the Mercedes Vision AVTR surely has got to be the craziest, most groundbreaking, and most exciting. Inspired by James Cameron's movie Avatar, the company has been showing it since late 2020 and has recently begun to release further details about it. It's now been confirmed that the car will feature systems that allow it to be controlled by thought, with a cutting-edge brain-computer interface that will allow you to select a destination, change the interior lighting, or change the music that you're listening to simply by thinking about what you want. To make this work, users will need to wear a headband that'll be able to monitor brain activity, And while this may seem far too futuristic to be possible anytime soon, the company has amazingly built a demonstration vehicle where guests can already use the interface after a few moments of calibration to adjust various settings. Along with this groundbreaking technology, the Vision AVTR is a stunning car, looking like it would be at home in Pandora. There's barely a straight line on the chassis, and the wheels are unlike anything ever conceived before. The interior too seems out of this world, as it'll be fully autonomous. There's a huge amount of extra room from not needing a steering wheel or pedals, and the front section is fitted with a huge display screen to allow you to watch movies on the go. Mercedes is looking to revolutionize car design with ideas like this, and even if they get anywhere close with an actual production version, it'll surely be the envy of everyone else on the road.
Watch our Vehicles playlist for more top 15 videos about amazing vehicles. Sit back, relax, and binge watch all of our best vehicle videos.